So we're underway then. It's McManus against Jimmy White. We're going to join it in the opening frame. It's White to play. He's 7-0 behind, and the commentators are Willie Thorne and Jim Meadowcroft.
It was a shame there. There was just a little bit of applause from the other table just as he was delivering the cue. That could have made a slight difference. But yet to settle.
Very good shot by Alan McManus to develop the black ball and carefully surveyed the area to look for his next red. And if he can pot this red and gain good position on the black, he really has got a great chance in this opening frame.
Well, we clearly saw a little bit of movement from the back arm of Alan McManus when playing that shot with the rest, and for one slight moment I thought he'd just tweaked it to the right hand jaw and could possibly miss the red. But this has to be considered a frame winning chance where the balls are situated, and of course the black is open in both corner pockets now.
$16. $17. $24. $25. Okay. $32.
That's a useful red for Alan to get rid of. A little bit slow with the cue ball there, but he's now cleared that area for the other two reds to make those available into the same pocket.
Well, this break has gone on to 40, and
40.
there's been a few balls that haven't gone in clean in this break. Thankfully, Alan McManus, every pot he's played so far has been a relatively easy one, and he hasn't had to play them at pace, so consequently they've been going in off the jaws. This really is a settling frame, the opening frame, especially in a big match like this, playing against the People's Champion Jimmy White. He knows he's probably only got 4 or 5 people in the audience willing him to win. But he's a great competitor, this young man. 35 semi-finals he's been in his career. He's won 2 ranking events.
48.
So he's very consistent.
49.
Just a couple of shots away now from winning this opening frame. Probably just play the stun up in between the red and pink on the right hand side, and that would leave him a choice of reds. Yes, that's just about perfect, I'm sure.
56.
Maybe the bottom red below the pink doesn't pop from there, so half a chance for Jimmy. I would still expect him to pot this red, but he's not guaranteed to get good position on a colour. Yellow appears to be the only ball in the balk area that's easily accessible, so he could get a chance in this frame.
$57.
There's a possible 67 still on the table. Alan McManus 64. Yellow ball to come, so he will require at least one of these 5 remaining reds.
Well, what an excellent positional shot. That'll certainly settle the nerves. We'd all like to have shots
59.
like this to win a frame. Very good performance this from
60.
Alan McManus in the first frame of the morning. It's not very often you see a century break made at
66.
first visit to the table, but this now is a very, very good chance. He's already made
67.
105 competitive centuries in tournament play, so very accomplished break builder and of course match player.
$73. Alan McManus 73 on the break.
Didn't make that century break, but he did win the first frame, so Alan McManus leading Jimmy White 1 frame to 0.
Yes, encouraging start for Alan McManus, but back came Jimmy to take the second, 81-1. So 1-1, and we're into frame 3. It's McManus at the table. He's 18-14 behind.
Well, that was amazing there. We were watching that shot virtually straight on, and he looked to be aiming at the left-hand jaw there. Looks to be aiming thick, doesn't he? And he hit it exactly where he aimed. That's just purely nerves.
One. Seven. Eight.
Well, Jimmy will be delighted after missing a black off the spot just on his last visit to table to now have what must be considered a frame winning chance at his very next visit.
15.
Seeing McManus miss that red will have certainly boosted Jimmy's confidence. He knows now that Alan McManus is feeling the pinch, and quite obviously massive match this. Jimmy White
16.
has to win it if he's going to have any chance of being in the top 16 next year. And we all know that's where he belongs. He's still a very, very capable and top class player.
20. 21.
That's not one of Jimmy's best.
28.
Just travelled just about enough.
$29.
The lead goes to 33. Black will be 40. So at least 2 more reds required. The red to the right of the green, no problem. But after that, a little bit of work to do. Oh, this could be good. That may tell us that the bottom red of these 2 is available. I think it is. Great shot.
34.
Well, not quite as planned. Perhaps he can still get past that red and pot the green. That would be a bonus. It wasn't easy. He was trying to hold the cue ball as well for that red that it's closest to. So, still anybody's frame. Going across the nap as well, just a tendency to drift a little.
Oh, there's nothing more that will do to boost Jimmy's confidence. Wasn't an easy pot on that for Alan, but one you would expect him to get. It would have been tough to clear the table at that visit. He was 40 odd points behind. And now Jimmy White with this black surely will take a 2-1 lead.
Eight. Nine.
Little bit of an exhibition shot from Jimmy White, but he's done enough to win the frame.
12.
Confusion there. In fact, Alan McManus didn't concede the frame at that point, but he did soon afterwards. White 2-1 in front. So let's move on into frame 4. Early on, Alan McManus to play. No score yet.
One.
Contact on the reds, he would have thought, and so would I, that he's been on something, perhaps a choice of reds, but looking at a red towards the right middle, and if that goes, it'll be useful for Alan McManus. The black will pot to the left corner pocket. I don't think there was sufficient space for the red to pass the pink. He's asking for the cue ball to be, or he's mentioned to the referee, cue ball, so there could have been a bad contact.
Well, Jimmy has the choice of reds here, but the one next to the pink would avail better position. The black's not available clearly into the right hand corner, so it's a slightly more difficult red, the red next to the pink in the middle, but should he pot it, can hold for the pink in the opposite centre. He's hampered queuing as well though, so it's a tough part this. You can see the mark on the red there as it was travelling towards the pocket. Like one of the previous kicks, there was a big mark on that red, but nicely into the heart of the pocket. White has a fantastic record against Alan McManus. They've played 12 times and Alan McManus has only won 3 of the 12, and they've played 3 times in the European League, and of that 3 occasions McManus has only won once. So really Jimmy seems to play some of his best snooker against Alan McManus.
Yes, I suppose really that could have a psychological effect.
8. $15. 16.
Just pausing for a second, he's got a couple of rather tricky little shots. Reds are tending to block each other. And he's just got to clear an area. And when he gets rid of this red to the right corner,
23.
he should make at least 2 of those little cluster of 3 available.
It just shows you how good Jimmy White
24.
feels now, because the previous black he played, he purposely played to pot it thick, i.e. off the right hand jaw, just to make sure he didn't cannon into one of those 4 reds, and that really was a very, very good positional shot. So he's got full control now on where he thinks the cue ball is going, or did have until
31.
that shot. Amazing. But it was a great shot, the previous black.
Well, just indicating that really this is the only ball that he's got a possible chance of potting. It's difficult to play safe also because of that single red just by the right hand middle pocket. Now he could, when taking on this red, perhaps cannon into the black, play it in such a way that he pushes the black towards the right corner. He's got to get the pot. It's a great recovery shot. Maybe not on the black, but he's got the pink.
Yes, and you may have thought when I mentioned that Jimmy White's position was perfect, he is the best player in the world with the rest.
Well, that's better still. Almost back on course.
39. 40.
little bit careless there, Jimmy. Looks to have finished the wrong side of the black as far as getting easy positions concerned. That's why I've had to play for the red in the middle.
47. 48.
Yes, he's looking at the baulk colour. Can't really use the blue to get onto his next red.
$50. 51.
This is good stuff from Jimmy, considering he lost the first frame without troubling the scorer. Since then, Alan McManus has only amassed 18 points. So perfect start for Jimmy White.
57. 58. 63. 64.
If there was any doubt, that's put the frame safe. Jimmy just checks the scoreboard. It's possible 59 still on the table.
72. 79. 80. 87. 88. 94.
3 frames to 1.
Yes, good lead for White as he went off to the mid-session interval, so let's pick it up after the break. Frame 5 then, and it's Alan McManus to play 37-0 behind.
1.
Well, this could be a turning point in the match as far as Alan McManus is concerned, because he knows should he go on to get back into the frame or possibly win the frame at this visit, this will hurt Jimmy White. No difference of 4-1 and 3-2 goes without saying, a massive difference, so really important frame for Alan McManus.
Indicating what he'd like the cue ball. The top one of those reds close to the black spot, but the other three will have to be disturbed sometime during this break.
There was a slight bounce out of the cue ball there that made the cue ball stay a little bit higher up the table than Alan wanted to, but certainly the second red will pot the one that's probably on the black spot. Appears from our commentary box that it's available. Last time Alan had a shot like this, he imparted a little bit of side on to straighten the pot and missed it. Well, nearly did that. Nearly too much side again.
Well, these are not easy. This is a tough ride down the rail. It's got to be on the pink and somewhere in good position.
22.
He's under quite a bit of pressure, Alan McManus, here to maintain this break. Big frame for him.
Well, Jimmy's only real hope here, I think, to see Alan McManus missing is the fact that the black being on the blue spot makes the red on this back cushion slightly more difficult. So Alan ideally would like to get the black back onto its spot before he has to play that last red. And that can be Jimmy's only saviour there, I think. Mind you, in saying that, that's a poor shot from McManus, so Jimmy will still be in front when he comes back to the table.
Alan McManus, 29, Jimmy White.
Well, foul and miss, but I'm sure Jimmy will be taking this red on and he can play it as a shot to nothing back into baulk. Well, he could really hurt now. McManus has had a good chance to reduce the deficit just to one frame. Maybe now staring a 3-frame deficit in the face.
4.
He's going to need that awkward red,
11.
but as we discussed when McManus was at the table, makes it a lot easier, that red, with the black being at this end of the table.
12.
And with the red being the game ball as far as Jimmy's concerned, I'm sure he'd rather finish straight on this red and just roll it in and not worry about colour. Well, he's left himself a slight angle. Should pot it, but been a lot easier straighter. Would have been a lot easier straighter.
Jimmy White, 90.
Can't believe he played to get position on the red to get onto a colour. Very careless.
Yes, as we saw on the replay there, almost, but not quite. And that's not good enough. for one of the key shots. Well, I'm not too sure just how he played that, but whatever way, he's nicely on the pink.
Yes, he played to get into the black in the left-hand pocket as we see, so he's quite lucky to have some sort of shot on the pink. It's just these little lapses in concentration with Jimmy. Years and years ago, I remember him missing a red when trying to get onto a black in the final against, I think it was Steve Davis. I can't remember the exact game. He didn't look at the scoreboard and tried to get position on the black when he only needed the red, and that was a similar situation there. There was no need to get on the half-ball red. Should have just got on it dead straight, just rolled it in, don't even worry about a colour. He's so, well, he's a genius, but he's so close to being a champion, and he knows himself now that it was a poor shot he played. And this will hurt. Should win from here, McManus.
Perhaps a bit of work to do here with the cue ball. Brown doesn't lend itself the angle to stay on the blue in the same pocket. And you can just sit and hope. So Alan's left the blue to the middle pocket.
And in fairness, Jim, the natural angle, if he plays it just plain ball, is actually rolling toward the pink, and he's going to have to play this with a little bit of stun because the natural angle is coming on top of the pink. So he's just going to have to widen the angle a little bit, which of course makes his pot slightly more difficult. You could actually see Alan McManus actually physically, a little bit of tension in the face there, shaking, and who can blame him? This is a massive frame for him. It should be all over now.
27. He was
under a certain amount of pressure there, but he won the frame, Alan McManus, and now trails Jimmy White 3 frames to 2.
Alan McManus taking full advantage of that Jimmy White mistake, and then he took the next frame as well, 72-8. So we're all square, 3 frames all, 3 more to play in the session. Here's frame 7, early on, Jimmy White to play.
Foul and a miss. Alan McManus 6.
That will be brought back. Yes, he's adjusted that fractionally, but this time rather too much side, and left this red for Alan. To have just about gone high enough to be able to pot this red and hold for the black.
16.
This could prove to be a little bit awkward. He may be able to just get by the first red. But had the cue ball gone over just another quarter turn, he would have put himself in quite a bit of trouble. As it is, he can just get by.
Lots of loose reds in the pack, but not guaranteed to get perfect position here. We'll probably play for the red at the bottom of the cluster of 3. But now, of course, a little bit of work to do with the cue ball.
24.
Pink that I'm sure he'll take on, just deciding whether to take into middle or baulk pocket. Certainly got his confidence back. This is how he looked in frame 1. He hasn't looked so impressive in winning the last 2 frames, but won them purely because of Jimmy's mistakes. And now the confidence is back again.
32.
Yes, he's a very, very tough competitor, is Alan McManus, and just got to look at his track record. He's not going to lie down. Doesn't matter who he plays. But he's been allowed to, as you say, Willie, get some confidence back, mainly through 1 or 2 mistakes made by Jimmy. In fact, just looking at the table, it seems quite a while since Jimmy's been here.
39.
So the longer that Jimmy's sat out in his chair, he's going to be more and more out of touch.
$46. 47.
This quite clearly now a frame winning chance. He'll be disappointed if he doesn't win the frame at this visit.
Now when Alan takes this red, the bottom of those 3, he makes the other 2 available to the opposite corner pocket.
54. $61. 62.
Quite clearly going to take the pink here, so still a possible 1-4-3 on should he take blacks off the remaining reds, but at this moment in time I'm sure Alan McManus is not even considering the high break prize. He just wants to get this frame on the board, so after potting the next red he may look at the scoreboard and find out that he can beat the high break.
68.
But he's actually going to play for the pink again off this red, so he's not noticed what's happening yet.
69.
And after potting this pink can only tie the high break, so no concern to Alan McManus. More importantly, the frame's on the board.
75. 76. 72. 83.
Considering how consistent Alan McManus is, he's only made 4 century breaks this season in competitive play, and he's been in 2 finals, a couple of semi-finals. This, should he go on to make it, would be his 106th career century.
89.
Yes, that's probably why, but it doesn't make any difference. Alan McManus won't be that worried. He now goes into a 4 frames to 3 lead.
Alan McManus's biggest break of the match had also put him in front for the first time since the opening frame of the match. Here's frame 8. Jimmy White to play. No score yet.
Twitched at the black, but because all of a sudden the cue ball has got side, the black's got side on it, it's actually flicked in off the jaw. I mean, McManus, even when it was travelling towards the pocket, didn't think he'd flute the black.
8.
But it must have had a little bit of running side on after it hit the 2 jaws, made the black spin.
Nine.
Jimmy appears to be one of those players, like myself over the years, that when they should win a frame and they make a mistake and lose it, it seems to take a long while for them to get out of the system. And this is what's happened here, because since Jimmy missed the red on the cushion to take that 4-1 lead, he's not really looked like
16.
potting anything. He really was in total control of this match a few moments ago. He's now a favourite to go 5-3 behind. Has missed in the space of 5 minutes.
One.
Well, that may be the miss on the black. What Jimmy needs just to kick him into gear.
Jimmy had to risk a positive shot there, because I think the pink spot was covered. It would have meant that the pink go onto the black spot, and that would have tied things up at this end of the table.
Eight.
Again, staying at that side of the table, just
40.
checking to see that the pink will go into the corner after it's respotted.
50.
There's been lots of key points in this match this morning, and this is another one. Whatever happens, Jimmy really must try and win this frame at this visit. At least have a chance of going in front going into the evening session. Whereas of course
21.
if he lost it, he could be possibly 3 frames behind going into the evening. So this is a massive frame. Whatever happens, he'll only be 1 frame behind or 1 in front should he win this, and it would be anybody's game.
$28. 29. 35. 36. 42. 43.
He's going to need 3 more reds if he's going to win the frame at this visit, and the next 2 or 3 reds are going to be a little bit tricky because I need a pink to work with.
Well, he's getting rid of just the red just above the black spot, and that gives a little bit more
50.
space to manoeuvre for the red also close to the black spot, which he'll play next.
$56. 57.
Just 1 more red this time, Jim, so no heroics. Just get the red knocked in.
63. 64.
Crowd very appreciative, they know that was frame ball.
$70. Jimmy White, 70.
Yes, a 70 break which levelled the scores at 4-all, which meant that we went into our final frame of the session, and it's Alan at the table, Jimmy 1-0 in front.
Well, he looked at that long and hard, and I think that he changed his mind in his choice of red, but that shot was always on. He needed to find yet another gap, and of course got the double kiss.
A terrific roar from the other table just as Jimmy was playing that shot, and this makes his positional shot a little more difficult. But with the rest, there's no equal. Now there's clearly a frame winning opportunity for Jimmy, and of the 2 players, I think McManus will be the more pleased of the 2. Jimmy knows that he could have won this session quite convincingly. After going 4-3 behind, he'll be delighted to possibly have the chance of being 5-4 in front. And McManus has been a little bit out of touch, but stayed with him.
$8. 9.
Well, it might not be just as bad. But it was never easy to gain a good position because of the distance he's left between cue ball and object ball. He'll be holding at this end of the table, so his black has got to go in.
A bonus for Jimmy to see that the black potted, because he certainly didn't play for the black, but that positional shot has gone astray, so another good pot needed.
$17.
Well, still not out of the woods. This is 4 difficult pots on the trot he's had to play.
Crowd at Selhurst Park as the Wembley-bound Toon Army practice their London singing for May the